Go ahead and get started. Welcome back. Missed you guys last week. Some of you I know didn't miss us, but missed you guys. Hope you enjoyed your time, but it's good to be back off of a bye week. It was a much-needed bye week for us. We had some objectives that we wanted to get done, and I think we were able to accomplish the majority of them. And we needed to get our team healthy and rested. By some of the reps guys got this morning on the practice field. Hopefully we're getting closer to that, but we're not full speed yet with some of the guys that missed the Minnesota game or were knocked out of the Minnesota game, but we're closer. We got some practices in last week and had an opportunity to develop some of the younger players in the program. We got a jump start on Indiana. We did some thorough self-evaluations through self-scouts, just going back through and looking at all areas of what we've done through the season up to this point, and just trying to identify, continue to identify things that we need to do a better job of. And then we got a chance to go out and recruit. So I thought it was a good week, but we're definitely excited about getting back out on the practice field and preparing for our next Big Ten opponent. Injury-wise, again, we had some guys banged up in the Minnesota game before and after. We got some guys back out today practicing. It'll be decisions throughout the course of the week with some of them if they're going to be able to play or not. J.J. Denman, Rob Martin, Kai Hester, those are some guys that missed some time. But again, they got a chance to practice today, so we'll see how they progress as the week goes. Looking forward to Indiana. Indiana's coming to town. They're obviously coming off a big win this last Saturday against Maryland. A lot of respect for Coach Wilson and his staff. Ever since he's been at Indiana, I've coached against him during my time at Wisconsin and Ohio State. 2013 when I was at Arkansas was the only time I have not competed against Indiana, and I think Kevin's done an outstanding job with that program. They've continued to improve each year. Went to a bowl game last year. High expectations right now. Just watching their football team, they're playing with a lot of confidence. Really like watching their offense. Their offensive line is well coached. They play fast. They got a slew of running backs that run the ball exceptionally well. They got 3 wide receivers that are ranked as some of the best wide receivers in the league statistically. So they're doing an outstanding job running that offense. I think they ran for 414 yards last Saturday against Maryland. Biggest difference, I think, of their football team is their defense. They're playing better defense, and I know Kevin probably would admit this, and they have in the last few years, and it's making a huge difference in that football team. They're sound, playing with good fundamentals. They're playing a lot faster, and it's been a fun football team to watch as we're getting ready to prepare for them. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up for questions.
Chris, how similar, you mentioned their running game and their receivers, how similar is their offense to what you guys are, eventually hoping you are?
There's some similarities. Some of the sets are similar. Some of the run plays are similar. They're a little bit more of an outside zone team, than we are. But there's a lot of similarities both in the run game and the pass game. There's similarities in the formations, but they're obviously operating and going a little bit faster and a little more productive than we are at this point.
Regarding the offense, how much improvement can you realistically hope to expect over the final 4 games with Gio as a quarterback and now being maybe a little bit more healthy?
We got to get Gio healthy, but I hope to see improvement each week, and I hope to see improvement in all 3 phases of our football team through the next 4 weeks. But offensively, we talk about the things we got to do better. I think we're running the ball fairly well right now, and we've got to continue to improve our pass game. We've got to continue to improve our production in critical situations. I think we are better coming out of the Minnesota game with 3rd down and some red zone things, but we're not where we need to be in all of those things. Biggest thing that stands out to me that we've got to improve is our turnovers. We've had 8 turnovers in the last 2 weeks. One of them was a special teams, but we're last in the league in fumbles. And, we're not going to win football games doing that. And if there's one thing that I need to see or we need to see improvement on, it's that part of our football team.
You mentioned J.J. progressing and getting back. But in his place, is it still Kamal going to step in, or are he and Marquez battling for that?
No, Kamal Seymour right now is our starting right tackle. Kamal did an outstanding job last Saturday against Minnesota, the last Saturday we played against Minnesota. I'm really excited about Kamal and the move that he made over the offense. He continues to get better. I think he just needed to get some game reps, which he got against Minnesota, and they were productive ones. And to be honest with you, I'm really excited about our tackle position, both left tackle and right tackle for the future. Him and Cole, standing next to each other, two good-looking guys. And they got a lot of time to play together and continue to learn the offense. So excited about Kamal.
Starting fast has been a challenge for this team at some points during the season. Coming off of a bye week, how do you make sure that isn't a problem for this Indiana game coming up?
We're not going to do anything different than what we've been doing. The stretch of where we had some slow starts, that was a while ago. I think we've played fairly well in the first quarter here in our last few games. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were good enough to go out and win games, but we didn't put ourselves in big holes. We got a plan, and we'll keep working that plan. We just got to continue to execute it better. As I told the team, talking about our plan to win today, before practice and after practice, to get better at our plan to win, we've got to execute it better at practice. We've got to start faster at practice, and we got to be better in critical situations at practice. We got to be better with ball security at practice. We got to be better at special teams and the kicking game at practice. And if we do that, then the results will change and be better, on Saturdays. But we've got to continue to practice the way we need to start games faster and be more productive in all three phases.
To Gio, getting him healthier, like you mentioned, how important was the bye week, and how did things go in healing him up and getting him more mobile?
It was very important. If we would have had to play last Saturday, I don't know if he could have, or it would have been limited. And but the bye week was critical for him, and feel good about where he's at right now.
Chris, you mentioned Indiana. How much of a curveball was it what they did against Maryland with using three guys, quarterback, dual threat guy plus the pocket passer and then a running back? I mean, how much extra stuff did that give you guys to look at and prepare for this week?
Well, they've been using two quarterbacks a fair amount. They've used two quarterbacks the last couple of years a fair amount. And you definitely need to know who's back there at quarterback because they're drastically different and their offense is different based on who's back there. When you throw the third guy back there, the running back, that again, it's a whole nother element. And it is a definitely curveball. Obviously, jump-started their offense. They had a lot of production using the three quarterbacks the way they did. Again, it's just another a guy back there with a different style of run game. You got a guy that's, 260 pounds back there running the football. That's a load, and that's a challenge defensively. But it starts with the awareness and understanding who's back there and what types of plays they're going to run with that guy back there, and then being able to defend him properly. But it's a challenge, no doubt.
Chris, I think you said, you told the ESPN guys last game that the plan is to play Tylen in every game going forward. How do you balance that with also you got to get, Gio doesn't have a ton of game experience too, so how do you balance getting both guys enough reps that they're both developing at the same time?
Gio's our starting quarterback. He's the one that's going to get the majority of all reps. Our plan is to try to play Tylen in every game. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work out. A lot of it's going to be situational based on how the game goes. So that would be our wish to be able to do that. How much we do that, again, it gets back to the preparation each week, the situation in the course of a game. Is it the right time to do it? Is Gio healthy? Is he playing well? So there's a lot of factors that will go into determining if and when and how much Tylen will be in a game.
Running back, how do you expect that rotation to go? You feel confident with Justin maybe doing a little bit more as a starter?
I don't know if he's going to do any more. He's done a lot. A lot of it will depend on if Rob Martin is available to go or not. Right now, Justin Goodwin came out of one of the best games of the year against Minnesota, both running the football and being a receiver out of the backfield. He did a great job in pass protection. Josh Hicks got some reps and did some really good things last time we played. One of his weaknesses was pass protection, and he definitely improved that in the Minnesota game. He had some really good reps back there protecting the quarterback, and I was really excited to see that for Josh. He had a critical run in a short yard situation that he had a nice run and moved the sticks. So those two guys I'm happy with. Trey Snead got some reps against Minnesota. But right now, Justin Goodwin would be our starting running back moving forward right now until we get Rob Martin back and healthy and see where he's at physically.
I know you're focused on what's right in front of you here with Indiana, but speaking of Indiana, is that the kind of team that, you know, being in the same division, like you said, is it the kind of team that you need to beat because, you know, to get to where you want to go eventually? Is that the, you know what I mean, the fact that they're in the same division and you're competing with them for bowls and the like?
Yeah, well, you look up and down our schedule, a lot of teams that we need to beat to be able to go to bowl games and get to the level that we want to get to. You know, but for us, we don't focus on jersey names and logos. It's all about going out and playing the best that we can play. You know, we don't talk about a lot about wins and losses. It's about what it's going to take to win. You know, we talk a lot about the plan to win and, you know, practicing the way that we need to practice to be able to see those things show up on game day. But you look at the schedule, there are a lot of teams, you know, right now that, you know, we talk about the hunt that we're hunting to try to chase and need to try to catch for us to get to our postseason, you know, goals that we want to have in the program. But again, our focus is on doing the things that we need to do to try to get there versus worrying about that end result. Kevin Wilson's done a fantastic job there. I think it's year 6 for him. And look at what he's done, the way he's built that program, and he's got momentum going. And you know, he's I'm sure they're hoping to go to postseason play again, you know, this year. And do we want to be in that position? Absolutely, we do. But it's not about just beating, you know, Indiana. It's about going out and playing to our best ability and doing the things we need to execute the plan to win. And then the wins will come, you know, regardless of who we're playing.
There's going to be a groundbreaking tomorrow. I know it doesn't really involve football per se, but you know, just to see that type of progress from a facilities perspective, how excited or eager are you to see what develops out of that, and you know, just the future facilities-wise?
Well, I think it speaks volumes to the vision of the athletic department. You know, you say it doesn't help football. It does. Anything that goes up new helps football because it shows the future. It shows excitement, enthusiasm. It shows making progress. That we're not satisfied with where we're at. We want to get better in all areas. You know, we've had groundbreaking things, you know, here for football. We'll have more in the future. We'll make some announcements here in the future on some future projects that will be done for football. But anything that we do in the athletic department right now, it's a positive. It's a big deal for football. It's a big deal for everybody here. I think it just it shows that our commitment to being the best that we can be and being able to get on a playing field that we can compete in this league. And that's a selling point to recruits and fans and everybody that really cheers for Rutgers right now. Thank you, guys.